So Victoria's Secret and Pink is wrapping up their semi-annual sale. They've been doing 60% off, and they've been throwing out some extra coupons here and there. They did like a 20% off, and then they did an extra 25% off. And they dropped a new collection, the Candy Shop collection. They're calling this their sugar-coated, goodness. So I did pick up that collection. I did get a couple of other pieces from the Victoria's Secret semi-annual sale. So if you want to see my thoughts on the new Candy Shop and what other items I went back in to get from Victoria's Secret and Pink, then just stay tuned. So hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you are new. My name is Charlene, and on this channel, we discuss everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while? So let's jump into the Candy Shop collection first, because I'm super excited to share you. They released 3 mists in this collection. They're calling one the Berry Burst Candy. They have Pina Cocoa Swirl. And then they also released this Mango Mochi Bite. Yes. So we're going to get into all of these, and then I'll share the remaining pieces that I picked up during Victoria's Secret sale. And you guys, I did that Victoria's Secret sale similar to how I did the Bath & Body Works tips and tricks, where whenever they did the adjustment in the price and they gave us the extra 20 or 25% off on top of the items, I reordered the items. That I had just purchased. Like, I ordered them online. They had just got to me, and then they dropped that additional percentage off. So I went back online to see if those same items were still available. Most of them were. So I reordered those items under the new pricing, and I promptly returned the other items so that I can get the adjusted price. So you have to make your money stretch for you. But yes, I did, in so many words, get my price adjustment, or the products I wanted for the lesser price. And I know some of you did the same. Some of you held out for the 20% off sale or 25% off sale. And I didn't want to risk not getting the goods I wanted, so I made sure that I went ahead and purchased them. But yes, when I saw they were still available with the additional percentage off, yes, I got those items with the additional percentage, and I sent the other ones back. But let's get to this new Candy Shop collection. On the Victoria's Secret site, they're calling this a limited edition. They're calling it their sugar-coated scents for those who dare to indulge. So let's talk about the first one, because this first one is called Berry Burst Candy. It looks like this. Whenever I originally saw these, they only have the 2 in the store. So I had to wait for the 3rd one. So I'm just now getting this video up because I wanted to review them all together for you. I did sniff them in store. So yes, Berry Burst Candy. On here, it says jellied berries, bright woods. It says a sugar splashed pop of berries gone wild. Yes. And on this one, and so they're calling this a fruity, woody scent with top notes of sparkling blood orange, juicy strawberry, and velvety musk. Heart of pink cosmos petals, fuchsia blossoms, sugared raspberries, and golden amber, blonde woods, and creamy tonka is in the base of this. Yes. So they have jellied berries on here and woods on here, but it has all those other notes. And when I saw that it has strawberries and sugared raspberries in here, I figured this was going to be a love, and it was. This is one I smelled in store. Loved it. When it says sugared berries, that's exactly what you're getting. You smell the strawberries, you smell the raspberries in here, and you do smell some of the florals, but it's sweet florals. This right here smells so good to me. It kind of put me in the same breath. And do I have that one sitting right here? Yes, I actually do, because I wore it this week. It kind of put me in the same breath as this one from the Bow collection that they released during the winter time called Candy Berry Wonderland. Do you guys remember this one? This one here I love because it had the candied berries in it as well, but it also had pomegranate in it with some musk. So take the pomegranate out, keep the candied berries. It still has, both of them have the musk. This has a little slight burst of the bright citrus also in there mixed with those candied berries. But it smells so good. I'm going to actually spray this one so I can compare the two, because it has that same candied berry note to me in it. And I love this one. Yeah, this one is more musky, but it still has that candied berry. This is more sweetened. Yeah, let me spray this one again too. Yeah, this one here, the newer one, is more sweetened. So it still has that candied berry element like this other one had. This one has a little bit more warmth and depth to it. The other one, the Candy Berry Wonderland, it did, which would be why it was more appropriate probably for the winter time. This one has a more brightness to it, but it still has that candied berryness, that muskiness. Some, like I said, some sweet florals coming through. I'm going to come back to this, but yes, this here is so good. I had already smelled this in store and knew I loved it, so I end up getting 2 of these. But yes, I'm loving on this one for sure. So that is Berry Burst Candy. So Berry Burst Candy. I am loving that one. If you love your berries, your strawberry, your raspberry, you're going to love that one. All right, so the next one is Pina Cocoa Swirl. So Pina Cocoa Swirl has juicy pineapple and sugared coconut. It says on here, dewy and succulent, that this one is vacation vibes, but make them almost sweet enough to eat. So yes, notes. This one is considered a fruity, and it has top of orange nectar, juicy pineapple, and sugared coconut, heart of sun-ripened banana, honeyed peach, and base of vanilla, musk, sandalwood. So let's give this one a go. So in this one, you are getting like that dewy vibe. You are getting like a blend of the pineapple, coconut, and banana all together. It's a blend of all 3 of those fruits together. It's like you mixed those up in the blender. The pineapple, the coconut, and the banana. This one also has a little muskiness about it. You get that sweetness. I'm not getting too much of the peach right at the moment. I am getting the blend, like I said, of the coconut, the pineapple, the banana, with that honeyedness, with some muskiness. It does remind me of like fresh morning dew when you first go out. You know how that has that a slight aroma. Just imagine that aroma being tropical though. As this is drying down, I'm smelling more of the peach coming through in it. But yes, this was another one that I got to smell in store and end up enjoying quite a bit. So I ended up with 2 of these as well. The other ones I had to order from online. In the sale that they were having, I ended up getting 2 of them in addition to some other items. So let's see how I feel about this one. This other one is Mango Mochi Bite. It says it's supposed to be rich and mouth-watering. It has lush mango and mochi cream in here. And it says on here, a pillowy treat gets a burst of fruity deliciousness. It has top note of lush mango, sugar kiss melon, heart of nectarine blossom and coral hibiscus, and base of sunny sandalwood and coconut mochi. So let's test this one together. See what we think. This smells like a fresh mango. That melon in there is making it smell like a refreshing mango scent. I'm getting some creaminess coming through as well. So that must be the mochi cream that's supposed to be coming through. I'm definitely smelling the nectarine blossom. So you smell some of that, you know, like a juicy nectarine smell in the background. Yes. Yeah, so when you first spray it, you smell like a bright, fresh mango because the melon is making it smell uplifting and bright. But this definitely has gone into the nectarine side of things. I still smell the mango, but that nectarine is definitely peeking through. I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. I'm trying to remind myself. I just wore this one yesterday. This one called the Isla Hibiscus that they had. Here, let me, because this one also has hibiscus in it and coconut, which is, this one is saying it also has. So let me see how that compares to that one. I'm curious. Okay. This one is more forward on the coconut and hibiscus part of it. This one is definitely, now that I'm smelling them together, you definitely pick up on more of the mango in this one. Yeah, you're definitely picking up on more of the mango, the creaminess, and it has that that peach in there in the background. It does have the hibiscus like this one did, but it's not. No, it's definitely more coconutty in that one. This is beautiful. If you love your tropical scents like I do, you're going to love this one. This is a creamy mango. It starts out bright and fresh, juicy mango, because that melon just gives it a nice bright opening. But it's settling into a nice peachy, coconutty mango, but it's more heavier on the mango side than I would say. It's more heavier on the mango and the creamy side than I would say coconut. The coconut is there, it's just in the background. I'm smelling more of the mango, the mochi, and peach. It's what I'm getting from this one. So I'm going to spray this one on my skin and let it dry down a second. I'm going to spray this other one. Oh, yeah. Spray that over here, too. And let's spray this one here. These are all smelling really good. All right. So we're back to Berry Burst Candy. Yeah, this is a nice candy, juicy berries. Yeah, and on my skin, I'm getting some more of the warmth that it has, like from the amber and some of the creaminess from like the tonka and all of that, but it's still candied berry. Yeah. Yeah, this one is a love for me. I love this. How does it? Yeah, this one, the Candied Berry Wonderland. If you love this one, you're going to love that one. It's more of the spring summer version of that one. Oh, yeah. And this one has a slight more candiness to it. That Candied Berry Wonderland has some nice candiness to it, but it had more of the pomegranate in there as well. This is focusing on the berries. Yep, this one is focusing more on the berries. It has some slight woods, but not doing too much. It has some slight warmth, but not as warm as the Candy Berry Wonderland was. I'm loving this quite a bit. Also, if you love that fruity musk from Bath and Body Works, you're going to love that one. That's going to layer very well with that. That's going to layer very well with that. Okay, so let's go. And even the new Secret Wonderland that they released from Bath and Body Works, that bring back, that Secret Wonderland that has the strawberry in it, that will layer very well with that one too. All right, so let's get to Pina Cocoa Swirl. So I'm not getting a whole lot of pineapple anymore in here. So you took the pineapple, you took the coconut, you took the banana, blended them, and then you mixed that honey peach in there with it. It still has that dewy effect to it. This is not at all like that Pina Colada Swirl at Bath and Body. That one is predominantly juicy pineapple. This is definitely the blend of everything. This is actually different from my collection than the other ones, which I'm really appreciating. I'm enjoying that one quite a bit. I'm surprised by it because I thought it was going to be more pineapple and coconut focused, but the peach is definitely in there, and you definitely get some of the banana, but don't think candied banana. I know this is saying Candy Shoppe, but it's definitely not a candied banana. It's more like a creamy banana scent, but it's perfectly balanced in there with the pineapple, with the coconut, and the peach. And it definitely makes you think dewy, like think of a melon. You definitely think of the dewiness, and you definitely have some creaminess, and you have some muskiness about that one. All right, so the next one, the mango mochi bite. I'm getting more of the mango mixed with the peach in this one, with a little bit of that mochi creaminess. I'm enjoying this one as well. Which one? I would say this one would be my least favorite though. I'm enjoying it. I do love it. I would say that one would be my least favorite. So the order that I sniff them in will be probably the order I would keep them in, with the Berry Burst one being my favorite, the Pina Cocoa Swirl being the second favorite, and then the Mango Mochi being the second favorite. I would do further wear tests on these, but these are my first impressions. I am enjoying all of these. These are all loves for me, so none of them I did not dislike. So for me, the Candy Shoppe collection is a hit. I am enjoying all of those quite a bit. So they're all smelling beautifully on my skin as well. But yes, the standout definitely for me in this collection is the Berry Burst Candy. That one is definitely my absolute favorite in all of these. All right, so let's get to the other additional SAS items that I picked up. I did get Daring. Daring was one that I got originally, I think back in the fall, in a smaller bottle. And I think I also got it in a travel. And I believe they must be discontinuing this one. And I love this. And this is, to me, one of the unique scents in Victoria's Secret lineup. And I even had it whenever I did my video for you guys about like my top recommendation perfume-wise from Victoria's Secret whenever they was having their scent event and they had their perfumes on sale. I gave you my top picks that I've currently tested in my collection that I loved. I did a whole video on that one. Daring was on that list. Like, I do love Daring. And so when I saw it was part of SAS, like look like they're trying to get rid of it, I was like, I only had the smaller bottle of it, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up in the bigger bottle. But this one has bright bergamot, warm oak moss, and bold amber. This one is a beauty. It's very, very, very good. So I decided to go ahead and get that one. And during the last haul I had with you guys, I told you that I tried this this hardcore rose. But at the time, they didn't have the perfume. And I'm like, why did they have the mist and not have the perfume? But lo and behold, then they dropped the perfume for it because I end up loving this mist. So when I went back online, they end up showing the 1.7. Now they even showing the 3.4 ounce. But yes, so I love this scent here. This is Black Rose, Dark Plum, and Raw Amber. I loved it in the mist. So I end up getting another one in the mist along with the perfume. So I have that one. Another one that I got a bigger size in because I had a smaller size in back in the fall. And so they brought it back for this SAS as well. So I went ahead and got a bigger bottle in it. And it is Tea's Dreamer. This one is a beautiful coconutty scent. It has bronzed coconut, ocean salt, and California sun. So I did go ahead and get this one in a bigger size. I did get another backup of this Love Spell Bliss that has sunlit honeysuckle and cotton flower. This one is one of my favorite scents from that Bliss collection that they did last spring. That was so good. And a couple of the body care items went on sale, and I decided to finally go ahead and add Wild Rose Amber to the collection. They released this one last year, and I held off on picking it up. I did smell it in store, but it was one that wasn't like, oh, I want to get it immediately. It was one I said, if I see it at SAS, I would pick it up, and that's exactly what this is. Because if you love that Delina DNA, like any of the Delina or its flankers, you're going to love this. So it's going to layer beautifully with any of those types of perfume. It's that warm, bright rose. It smells delicious. Like I said, if you love that DNA already, you're going to love that. A rose with a kick is what I call it. So Wild Rose and Amber was one that I did pick up during the sale. They released this new one here, Vanilla Bean Macadamia. So I did go ahead and pick this one up. And so this one says Feel Comfort. You know, they all have something on it. So Amber, this one says Feel Desire on it. But it is a sensual rose. And then this one is saying Feel Comfort. Vanilla Bean and Macadamia. Yeah. To me, this one smells like a warm cookie. Yeah, it smells like a sweet, warm cookie. Like, you know, those white chocolate macadamia cookies that you can make. It has that nice, warm macadamia, toasty, cooked vibe in it. That's what this one reminds me of for some reason, which is very comforting. And I think this is like something that's perfect for like your fall season. But yes, so pick this one up. And you guys, they dropped a new one for the guys. So I'm going to let my hubby smell this one and tell you guys what he think. I'll go ahead and give my first impressions on it. But they dropped this one for the guys. This is called Fresh Slate and Warm Woods. So I decided to go ahead and these all look so dusty because they came out those boxes from being delivered and they got all that cardboard dusting all over them. It is a nice, fresh scent. So I know my husband's going to love this one because he loves a lot of freshy type colognes and perfumes. But this one says Feel Motivated. It says it has caffeine in it too, it says. Yeah, this is definitely your citrusy, woodsy type profile. And I think he's going to get along very well with you. It's a nice, fresh scent, so I am enjoying it as well. But yes, pick that up for him. And you guys, that is everything I picked up remaining from the Victoria's Secret semi-annual sale and their new Candy Shop collection. Let me do a final, like, sniffing. That's the other one. Yeah, juicy berries. yeah, my ranking is still the same. Yep, I love the Candy Shop collection. I think they did a beautiful job on those. They do kind of remind you of some of the other scents, but they're not exact, so they're not duping anything, at least not in my collection that I can think of right now. Those were the only two sprays, like off the top of my head. I was like, let me smell them. But yeah, other than that, I'm happy with this haul. If you enjoy content like this, be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Give me a big thumbs up before you go. Hype the video. And you guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.